My project is intended for the 6th grade elective cycle course that will run for 10 weeks of instruction. I'll be following a blended classroom style that incorporates both online learning components, in-person classroom discussions, and other team activities. The course has 3 essential questions. What is sustainability? How does human activity impact Earth? And finally, how will we alter our practices, culture, and laws to ensure a sustainable future for our planet? This curriculum was made aligned to the standards of the Next Generation Science Standards, the New Jersey Technology Standards, and the ISTE standards. The student objectives cover 3 mini units. The first unit is What is Sustainability? In this, students will define sustainability and its key components and organize those components into the 3 pillars of sustainability: environment, society, and economy. They'll also explain the difference between needs and wants. In the second mini unit, they'll look closer at how human activity impacts Earth's resources. They'll calculate their personal ecological footprint using their daily activities, and then compare and contrast our energy resources for both renewable and non-renewable. In the last mini unit, they will look at how we can alter our practices, cultures, and laws as a planet to ensure that there's a sustainable future. They'll be looking and evaluating human activities that contribute to environmental harm and investigating the possible remediations available. They'll also be evaluating their own personal lifestyle choices and formulate an action plan to make some changes to be more sustainable. They'll also be finishing with a plan, design, and evaluation of an innovation for a common plastic beverage holder to try to make it more sustainable. Overall, each unit will follow this basic structure. It'll start with essential questions, and then we'll move into mini lessons. These mini lessons can be readings, video analysis, demonstrations, or other engaging in-person activities, as well as integrated checks for understanding. Each unit will end with a mini unit assessment. This is the website I created for the course. Here's the homepage where students can get an idea of some of the things that we'll be looking at this year. And then they can move into Unit 1. Each of the unit pages looks very similar, with the essential questions, the mini lessons, and all links included. It always ends with this green section down here for the unit assessment. Here's Unit 2. And finally, Unit 3. It also includes a page for the final project for their sustainable harmless holder. Some background information here, a resource to help them understand all the aspects of the challenge, as well as this Google Doc that they will use to track their progress through this engineering design project. There's also a page that includes the rubric for their harmless holder. I chose to use a single point rubric to help them focus on the standards for this performance and leave room for my feedback for both improvement and evidence of exceeding expectations. This website also includes a teacher page to help others understand the student objectives, the unit plan, and the standards addressed. In order to ensure that my students' work during this project was authentic, rigorous, and provided opportunities for higher order thinking, I developed the curriculum using Bloom's taxonomy. For the first level, remember, students will identify the 3 pillars of sustainability and define each with their main principles. Next, understand, students will compare and contrast renewable and non-renewable resources and their impact on the planet. For application, students will calculate their own ecological footprint using their average daily activities. Next, students will analyze the life cycle of a product to identify how its production and consumption impact the planet's resources. The next level, evaluate, students will evaluate human actions, both personal and global, for the level of sustainability and the potential remediations for effectiveness. The highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, creation, students will innovate a plastic beverage holder to be more sustainable in regards to each of the 3 pillars of sustainability. In addition, I ensured that my project included all of Gardner's multiple intelligences so I could meet the needs of all of my diverse learners. For my visual spatial learners, I would be using a smartboard to present the information through Google Slides and also include student interaction through Pear Deck. For the linguistic verbal learners, we would have readings associated with each topic and also blog postings in our Microsoft Teams environment. For the logical mathematical thinkers, there would be opportunities to analyze during the engineering challenge and following through that process step by step in a logical manner. The interpersonal students would have time for individual online simulations, ed puzzles, and brain pops. The interpersonal learners would engage during class-wide discussions, both using Socratic seminar or fishbowl style, as well as in blog posting. The kinesthetic learners would engage with the hands-on engineering challenge and the different demonstrations of systems dynamics using motion in class. The naturalist students would be engaged into this curriculum through the real-world connections it offers for sustainable practices currently being tried globally. Lastly, even musical learners would be engaged in my project because there is an aspect in which they would look at an example video of students using and recycling landfill contents into musical instruments. There's lots of different technology utilized within my project to ensure that students are developing not only their academic content skills, but also their soft executive skills. We use technology for communication during this project, such as Prezi, Office 365 Suite, Teams, and Flipgrid. Students will also work on their reading and writing skills using technology such as Newsela, Google Docs, Google Slides, and Pear Deck. Students will also be honing their research skills using BrainPop and Edpuzzle. Lastly, students will also work on their creativity skills using things like Poplet and Canva.